technological advancement has led to innovations in all walks of life. We are optimistic that the plenary session, which reverberates the implications of the technological breakthroughs transpired across the globe, will witness rich deliberations on the dynamics of these changes as well as their useful engagement for their higher productivity. On this momentous occasion, it is a proud privilege to have amongst us a luminous galaxy of experts for sharing their insights with us. With commitment to your deepest convictions and perseverance, you can stand tall against all the challenges and obstacles coming in your way.
These thoughts are shared by our distinguished expert speaker, Mr. Samir Agarwal, Chief Operating Officer at CloudCentric Infotech. Mr. Samir has a successful professional journey of over 31 years, predominantly in the field of sales and marketing, process mapping, strategic planning, human resource management, and management consultancy. A personified professional, he has traveled extensively across the globe and is associated with many reputed institutes as an adjunct faculty. He has a distinction of training over 80,000 professionals in different verticals across the globe. Besides training, he has been instrumental in setting a business process for startups in the field of finance, banking, staffing, recruiting, digital marketing, just to name a few.
A big round of applause for him. We request Dr. Urvashi to welcome Mr. Samir by presenting him a sapling. Please, ma'am. Please, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
They are dreamers and they are planners. The planners make their dream come true. It's a moment of great pride and honor for us to introduce our next expert speaker, Mr. Onkareshwar Pandey, a dreamer with the courage and passion of realizing them.
Mr. Onkareshwar, currently serving as Chairman and Editor-in-Chief, Observer Global Media Group, as well as Managing Editor, The Sunday Indian, has over 25 years of illustrious experience in all four verticals of media, that is print, digital, television, as well as news agency. He is an author, TV commentator, anchor, producer, editor, and an active journalist who has authored and edited 10 books and has covered 4 prime ministers during his parliament coverage. He has been actively working for the cause of Hindi and Bhojpuri languages and is associated with numerous prestigious institutions.
Let's have a huge round of applause for him. We request Dr. Ajay Patel to present a sapling as a token of greeting to our expert speaker. Please, sir. Thank you, sir.
The mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains. The superior teacher demonstrates, the great teacher inspires.
There are no words which can convey our awe and respect for our eminent speaker, Dr. J.R. Sharma, Managing Director, Stemvogel Consultancy Private Limited. We would like to, however, take this opportunity to express that it is an honor and privilege to introduce him. Professor J.R. Sharma is an expert in A-listed national and international accreditation and ranking such as NAC, NBA, NIRF, Faculty Development Services, and Capacity Building in institution of higher education, with a focus to prepare students for jobs in emerging areas. He has invited by the National Board of Accreditation to speak at the World Summit on the relevance of global best practices in accreditation in India, a summit attended by over 1,200 Indians and foreign delegates from Washington and across the globe.
A professor of management studies, a former business head of engineering-based MNC, a corporate lawyer at Delhi High Court, his consulting has held over 80 engineering, management and law-specific universities and colleges in India, including BITS Pilani. Backed by years of academic experience as professor for the senior IS and IRS officers at NIFM, and in the corporate sphere as Director Education at City Innovates, CEO of Chimes Group and Secretary Mission Olympics, he continues to reflect upon his rich experience in his consultancy deliverables. A big round of applause for him. We request Dr. Agarwal to kindly present her welcome sapling to Professor J.R. Sharma. Ma'am, please. Sir, please. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Great leaders are almost always great simplifiers who can cut through our argument, debates, and vow to offer a solution everybody can understand.
We have with us one such transformational leader, an academician par excellence, a research enthusiastic, an excellent orator having over 26 years of illustrious track record in management education, none other than Dr. Urvashi Makkar, Director IMS Ghaziabad. Dr. Urvashi's forte is her illustrious academic background, immense subject knowledge, innovative work style, and her strong social network. She has been contributing immensely in the development of entrepreneurial culture and global interface in India and is a proud recipient of numerous awards and recognitions.
May we have a big round of applause for her. We request Dr. Abhishek Singh to kindly present a token of greeting. Dr. Urvashi, please, sir. Dr. Abhishek. Repeat. We request Dr. Abhishek Singh to kindly present a token of greeting. Dr. Urvashi. Please, sir. Please, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
May we request Dr. Urvashi to kindly present the welcome address. Ma'am, please.
So once again, good afternoon to all of you, and we are through the inaugural session. I already have discussed few aspects with all of you, and once again, it's my proud privilege to welcome the speakers on dais on behalf of IMS fraternity. It's really an honor to have among us for this plenary talk session the presence of Mr. Samir Agarwal, Chief Operating Officer, CloudCentric Infotech. I'm very sure his deliberations, his value add is going to be very much precious for all the attendees of this conference. Welcome to you, Mr. Samir, on this conference. And we're really pleased to have the presence of Mr. Onkareshwar Pandey, a very dear friend and very senior media fraternity member in our country, who has not only worked in media, but I'm sure that he is taking so much of the multiplicity of efforts to make change in the society. So it is an honor to have Mr. Pandey among us on this occasion of our conference. We have the presence of Dr. Sharma, again a very dear friend, and not only he is here in the capacity of an expert, but I believe that he is here in the capacity of a mentor to IMS Ghaziabad also, and his presence definitely is going to give new insights to this conference. So I welcome all these members on dais and off dais, all the delegates and the fraternal friends. I can see Mr. Bharti is also here from Bharti Publication. I welcome him also. The conference proceedings have been published by his publication house. And once again, I'm sure we're looking forward to the great session with a lot of learning, new deliberations, new insights. I'm looking forward to this session, and I'm sure all the audience, specifically the students, will come up with certain questions so that we can understand that something has definitely been absorbed. So wish you all the best for these learning sessions ahead. I'm not going to take much time because I'm equally eager to listen to all these three experts. Only one thing I always have insisted again and again with our students, and I re-emphasize, that to define is to limit always. So let us not define our possibilities, let us not define the boundaries, wherever we can take the vistas of our thinking process, and that's what is the reality which will give us certain innovations in the coming days. And the youngsters who are sitting here tomorrow have to take forward these innovations, how to utilize the technological innovations in a socially responsible manner. It is going to be in your hands. And undoubtedly, I am a very strong proponent of the human capabilities. So, surely, certain human capability will never change irrespective of the innovations in the technology. So let's hear to all these experts, and once again welcome to all of them. And great kudos to all of you for your presence, despite I know that how difficult it has been to manage. Dr. Jeet has flown from Bangalore yesterday, and everyone has different schedules. So thank you very much for your presence, all the members, and welcome once again to the dais. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your motivating words. We are confident that under your able leadership, the plenary session will facilitate constructive discussion and social learning amongst academicians, researchers, practitioners, and research scholars from diverse domains. Thank you, ma'am.
To cultivate our mind with plethora of knowledge and to stimulate, enhance, and reciprocate thoughts, it is imperative to listen to some of the finest minds. On this note, we request our expert of eminence, Dr. Jeet Sharma, to address the gathering. Sir, please.
Honorable Dr. Onkareshwar, the Director of IMS, distinguished co-panelists, and a good variety of audience which comprises of researchers, scholars, students, and some from industry. I think the audience is so mixed that one has to understand as to how to pitch, what to say, at what level it should be said. This is one. Second is that once good amount has been already said on AI, one wonders how to realign your presentation so as to come out with something which others haven't said. And that is a challenge because a lot of things have already been said which were very useful in terms of how you should, as a student, as scholars, to proceed in terms of actually things happening. And I think Rajesh had done a good job of it, and he has explained you in great detail by virtue of his having been in the industry of the kind which is very much into artificial intelligence. I have to be touching upon certain aspects which perhaps have been left out or have been said in passing. So that I must go with an objective as to why I am here before you. As a teacher, I have always been thinking like that when I speak to my people, be it students or be it teachers, what is the takeaway by them? Are they going to be benefited of my session, my talk in some way, or will it be just an rhetoric, or would it be just an, I will go mesmerize them and walk away? I think that's not the aim. The aim is, now I can make out from all of this, is that you should be inspired to do on artificial intelligence, as to why you should go for it, and what the future for it lies ahead. What are the challenges for it, and why you should be so happy about it as to what is happening now in India, which charges you or puts you in a gung-ho position as to what would make a difference to you in your lives and the lives of the people around you. So, with that, for next 10-12 minutes, I want to firstly give you an idea about artificial intelligence. First, it's a very big thing. It's really big. And it's very widely being spread in a phenomenal, dramatical way into every life, business, line of business, in social self and in the development of humanity. And there are certain challenges to see that humanity as well. All of this is there. But if you really ask me, that if this being so big, will it take a shape, or any of your robots will take a shape of some monster and will pounce upon you, will come to consciousness and will say, oh my God, I will now sort you out? Or will there be somebody, like some student, who will perhaps be thinking, will this artificial intelligence be one that I will have some alternative to my girlfriend, whoever she is, that, there is a breakup, then I can lean on to some robot who's one like that and provide me the emotional coefficient which I need? Or will there be such like things that shall happen ever, where there will be love, emotions, danger, anger, in which will be born out of any of these robots? Please rest assured that for next at least 2 decades time, you shall not have a situation of this kind when you have a breakup and you start crying and your robot starts, pacifying you. No such thing will happen. Be rest sure that the emotions aspect of what this individual has currently in him or her will continue to remain as one which is born out of the blood and the flesh. And that aspect is not so easily going to be replaceable. What is replaceable is intelligence, and not replaceable, what is not replaceable is consciousness. At least for the next few years, God knows what shall happen after a few decades from now, but that is what the status is. It will give you the kind of intelligence which is required for your decision making. It will give you intelligence as to how you can predict the future in terms of, like, you start a business or you wish to start a business. You will have a number of varieties of business before you. It will give you that kind of an intelligence input whether to go for this business or not. It will give you a decision making capability whether you are on the right line on your business or not, as your